Okay, fam, it is your girl. It's your girl. It's your girl. Yes, Miss Michelle Allen Franklin, honey, Miss DIY for divine intervention, honey, because you know there are no coincidences in this world, only God's divine intervention in our lives. And Miss Community Builder, why? Because you know I'm out here giving you all the good information, honey, the things that you need for your mind, your body, your spirit, and those good emotions, honey. Yes, that's what we're doing. So we are continuing on. Listen, be patient with your girl, because I feel like every time I say a time, the devil is busy. Something happens. Something happens. So I am literally trying to find my way around what time can I come? What time will be the best time? What time if something happens? What time, all of that stuff. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to work it out. It's probably going to be around 11 o'clock. I was thinking 9. 9 clearly it's not going to work. But nevertheless, stay with your girl, because when I do come, I have that good information. So today we are looking at money, honey. We've been doing gratitude and how gratitude is shifting our lives. And my question to you today is, are you sabotaging yourself with them funds, honey? Are you sabotaging yourself? Because it's a lot of subconscious things that we do. And I started studying this about 5 years ago, just how the subconscious mind works and the things that we do to self-sabotage ourselves that we don't even know. Things as far as love, as far as money, relationships, relationships with your family, your friends, like all of it. And so it's just something to look at. And it's so fascinated me. I talk about fear. I have a video on fear. I had no idea fear was driving my life for years. Had no idea. It's all on a YouTube channel, babe. You can check it out. Reflections Choosing Me Guilt Free is the name of the YouTube channel. Your girl, Michelle D.I. You can look that up. Get that, let that seep in your spirit. But today we are doing, for the month of March, we're doing The Magic by Miss Rhonda Byrne. And I came up with this because, one, I'm in a gratitude class with an amazing woman, Miss Carol Taylor. She is the facilitator of this group that I'm in this gratitude group that I'm in. But she is phenomenal. Do you guys hear me? Phenomenal. I'm celebrating her today because I didn't get a chance to do it. My days are behind. So she is my Don't Be a Crab Tuesday, even though it's Wednesday. She's my Don't Be a Crab Tuesday person because, honey, the way this woman gives back, it is just amazing. And again, in this gratitude class, what she gives and what she shows, she does a networking class on Wednesdays. She does a millionaire mindset on Thursday. She does things on Saturday. She has something available for each and every person, but she's been doing this. She shares her journey of how she went from, a terrible relationship with her mom, with and her relationship with her dad, and she shares that transparent journey along with her bad relationships, old marriages, and her ex-husband and those things, and just where she is full circle. She has just gotten married within this last year and is glowing. And it is just amazing. She is my person this week. Don't be a crab Tuesday. And what does that mean? It means, if you follow your girl, it is those people that reach back, that help, that's helping others. Day-to-day people is who I like to give the spotlight to, that are out there doing a daggone thing, getting their reach back on. I call it getting your Harry Tubman on, honey. Going to a place where you are stable and then coming back and trying to help others. And so she is our Don't Be a Crab person for the week, Miss Carol Taylor. I will have her information in the description. Okay, I'll add it to the description. So she introduced me to the magic, Miss Rhonda Burns. And so that is what we do each day in our gratitude classes. We go over different ways. I joined the group because I was trying to get back to me. I was just in a lost place. And I've noticed that since I have been doing the magic, doing gratitude, practicing gratitude very intentionally on a daily basis, what a difference it has made in my life. And so that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. I thought, why not get my reach back on as well and share, because it has changed my life in this coming up in this season of grief and loss and just hopelessness that's in the world. I thought, what better way and what better practice? What I've noticed in this last in this most recent loss, I'll say, that I've had with my cousin, I've noticed that, even though the journey is still hard, it's still a valley. I feel like I've traveled that valley differently since this practice of gratitude has been. I feel like even, with my nephew, and I've shared that this feels different since I've gotten very intentional in how I'm dealing with grief and how I'm dealing with, the losses in my life. People that are still here and people that have gone on. And so that's what we're doing. And so here we go, honey. We are, and Magic Money is what the name of this day is called. Day 5 in the book, if you're following along. But again, you don't need the book too. But it is called Magic Money. Let's go. This one isn't that long. Gratitude is riches. Complaint is poverty. If there's a lack of gratitude, if there's a lack of money in your life, understand that feeling worried, envious, jealous, disappointed, discouraged, doubtful, or fearful about money can never bring more money to you. That's a word all in itself. Give me 1 second. Let me say that again. If there's a lack of money in your life, understand that feeling worried, envious, jealous, disappointed, discouraged, doubtful, or fearful about money can never bring more money to you. Can never bring more money to you. Okay. Because those feelings come from a lack of gratitude for the money you have. Complaining about money, arguing about money, getting frustrated about money, being critical of the cost of something, or making someone else feel bad about money are not acts of gratitude. And the money in your life can never improve, it will worsen. No matter what your situation, the very thought that you don't have enough money is being ungrateful for the money that you have. You have to get to your current situation. You have to get your current situation out of your mind and instead feel grateful for the money that you do have. So the money in your life can magically increase. Whoever has gratitude for money or for whatever it is, for that case, will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken from him or her. Feeling grateful for money. Have you ever noticed how your money just come and go? If you have money and then it's just like, oh my God, Monday I had money, and then Thursday, Friday, you broke again. That's what they're talking about. Just letting it flow. It's going to come, but it's going to go just as quickly as it came. So feeling grateful for the money when you have very little is challenging for anyone. But when you understand that nothing will change until you're grateful for what you have, until you're grateful, you will be inspired to do it. The subject of money can be tricky for many people, especially when they don't have enough. Honey, isn't that the truth? So there are 2 steps to the magic money practice. It's important that you read through the entire practice of magic money at the beginning of the day because you will continue with the money practice throughout the day. Sit down and take a few minutes to think back through your childhood before you had any or much money. As you recall each memory what money has paid for you, say and feel the magic words, "Thank you," with all your heart for each instance. Did you always have food to eat? Did you live in a home? Did you receive an education over many years? How did you travel to school each day? Did you have school books, school lunches, and all the things you needed for school? Did you go on any vacations when you were a child? What were the most exciting birthday gifts you received when you were a child? Did you have a bike, toys, or a pet? Did you have clothes as you grew so quickly from one size to the next? Did you go to the movies, play sports, learn a musical instrument, or pursue a hobby? Did you go to the doctor and take medicine when you were not well? Did you go to the dentist? Did you have essential items that you use every day, like your toothbrush, your toothpaste, soap, and shampoo? Did you travel in a car? Did you watch television, make phone calls, use lights, electricity, and water? All of these things cost money, and you receive them all at no charge. As you travel back through memories of your childhood and youth, you'll realize how many things you receive that equate to hard-earned money. Be grateful for every single instance and memory, because when you can feel sincere gratitude for the money you received in the past, your money will magically increase in the future. It is guaranteed by universal law. To continue with the practice of magic money, take a dollar bill and write on a sticker that you place on the bill, "Thank you for all the money I've been given throughout my life." Take your magic dollar bill with you today and put it in your wallet, your purse, or your pocket at least once in the morning and once in the afternoon, or as many times as you want. Take it out and hold the magic dollar bill in your hands. Read your written words and be truly grateful for the abundance of money you've been given in your life. The more sincere you are and more you feel it, the faster you will see a miraculous change the circumstances of your money. You will never know ahead of time how your money will increase, but likely you will see many different circumstances change for you to have more money. You could find money you didn't realize you had, receive unexpected cash or checks, receive discounts, rebates, or decrease in costs, or receive all kinds of material things that would have cost you money. After today, put your magic dollar bill in a place where you will continue to see it every day to remind you to be grateful for the abundance of money you have been given. Never forgetting that the more times you look at your magic dollar bill and feel gratitude for the money you have been given, the more magic you will bring forth. An abundance of gratitude for money equals an abundance of money. If you find yourself in a situation where you're about to complain about something to do with money, whether it's through your words or your thoughts, ask yourself, am I willing to pay the price for this complaint? Because that one complaint will slow or even stop your flow of money. From this day forward, make a promise to yourself that whenever you receive any money, whether it's your salary for work, a refund, a discount, or something that someone gives you that costs money, you will be truly grateful for it. Each of these circumstances mean that you have received money, and each instance gives you an opportunity to use gratitude's magical practice to increase and multiply your money even more by being grateful for the money you just received. And so this is the money practice number 5. So, number one, count your blessings. This is make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you're grateful. Remember that writing why you're grateful, not just writing the 10 blessings, not just making a list of 10 blessings of things that you're grateful for, but why are you grateful for them? That is, I think, the game changer. Reread your list, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel gratitude for each one. Number two, sit down and take a few minutes to think back through your childhood and all the things you received that were provided at no charge to you. As you recall each memory, where money was paid for you, say and feel the magic words, thank you, with all your heart for each instance. Take your dollar bill or other small bill and write on a sticker and then place on the bill in bold letters, thank you for all the money I've been given throughout my life. Number five, take your magic dollar bill with you today and at least once in the morning and once in the afternoon, as many times as you want. Take it out, hold the magic dollar bill in your hands, read your written words, and be truly grateful for the abundance of money you've been given. Number six, after today, put your magic dollar bill somewhere you see it every day to remind you to continue to be grateful for the abundance of money you have been given in your life. Now, some people might feel like, oh my goodness, you're worshiping the dollar, right? You're worshiping the money. But if that's what came to your mind, honey, that is, you're missing the point. It is not about worshiping the dollar. It is having the dollar bill is a reminder for you to be grateful. It's like, okay, I see my dollar. Oh yeah, I need to be grateful, because this is not a automatic practice, right? It's about getting intentional about your gratitude, getting intentional about the things that you take for granted every day. And so that is the purpose of the dollar bill. So be very clear. Shift your mindset on that if that's what you need to do, because some people get stuck right there. Oh my God, I can't worship a dollar, or that's not Christ-like, or whatever it is that you're telling yourself. It's not about the dollar bill. It's about being grateful for the dollar. It's about being grateful for the things that you have taken for granted. And it's a reminder. Okay. Look, this hair is driving me crazy. I'm sorry. So remember that this is all about being grateful for the things that we have, but the things that we are taking for granted every day. And so what I have noticed in my life is that, even at the times that I have been the brokest, because we all have those periods of time where, money comes and money flows, whatever. But at the times that I have been the brokest, I have always had people that have come and surprisingly, did something for me, paid for, you know, dinner after church, or, gave money for whatever. I've gotten surprise checks in the mail, stuff that I wasn't expecting. I found money, you know what I mean, in an old bag, in an old purse, in an old pocket. And I'm always grateful, because it always comes at a time where I'm like, my thing is, I will say all the time, Lord, I don't know how you're going to work this thing out, but I know you're going to work it out. And I just kind of let it go. And seemingly money flows, money comes, things get worked out. Sometimes we are so set that we have to have the answer for everything. Right. And so you drive yourself crazy. You get depressed. You have anxiety because you're trying to figure it out. And sometimes I'm just saying, I feel like God wants us to understand that He provides. He wants us to trust Him, and understanding and knowing that even people that are so intentional about planning, and that's why I feel like this thing is so, it's so intentional about planning, and it's great to plan. I'm not saying that it's not. It's great to plan, but understanding that if your plans change for whatever reason, you're okay. It's still fine. It's still going to work out. It's just not working out the way that you thought it was going to work out. but it's still going to work out. And that's faith, right? Lord, I don't know how this thing is going to work out. I thought I needed to work over here at this job, but clearly this job is not working out for me. So maybe you have a plan, another plan for my life. I'm going to share this story and then I'm going to let you go. And I'm saying that because, so this is 2024. So it's been a year. So we're talking October 2022. Yes, it's 2024. October 2020. Yeah, October 2024. 2022. I was miserable at work. I love my job. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 24 years now. It'll be 24 years in August. But I was miserable. Going to work. It was just all kind of crazy going into that. I talk about it on other podcasts. I'm not going into all of that, but nevertheless, I'm miserable. Not making, I'm not making enough money. Other people for those of y'all that know, I've said I've moved down here to be 9 years this year. To help with my dad. My dad had 2 strokes. I moved down to help with my dad. But at that period of time, I took a $10 pay cut to come down here. A $10 pay cut. And it has been rough on your girl. But nevertheless, and I'm not one of those people that feel like you need to work 50,000 jobs in order to make it. I feel like God will provide. And so I was like, okay, Lord. So what I'm saying to you is in this 9 years, I took a $10 pay cut. I haven't missed a meal. I've gone on trips. I've done things. You know what I mean? Things still worked out. I fast forward through the story. So I'm at this job. I know that it's time for me to go. Right? I knew in March, and I always said in March, I was going to leave. In March, my doctor had, the doctor that I was working for at that time had retired. And I always said I had been miserable for years with the money and all of the stuff, not with my coworkers because I love them. They're my sisters, but just in the circumstances and the money, not feeling like I'm making the money that I should be making. And not feeling appreciated the way that I feel like that I should have been appreciated. So nevertheless, but I said, I'm going to stay until my doctor retires. When my doctor retired in March, what happened in March? I did what we all do, right? Most of us do in situations. I said, I made excuses. Comfortable in the crazy is what I call it. So what happened? The crazy increased. The crazy increased each month after the crazy increase. Why? Because it was time for me to shift, but I was comfortable in the crazy. So come November the 5th, it got to a point where I couldn't even take it anymore. Okay, I resign. I move on. I moved to a job and I'm so happy. I moved to another job. I get a job, but I'm driving 2 hours there to Dallas and 2 hours back. The money is amazing. It's more than what I was making before. It made up for my $10 that I put $10 pay cut that I didn't have leaving Baltimore. And I am just like, okay, I'm gonna put up with this because the money is great, but I'm miserable. It is not the best circumstance or the best situation. And so I'm like, oh my God, but I'm driving. I'm doing it every 2 hours there to Dallas, 2 hours back. I did that for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. The guy called. He was like, it's not working out. I'm like, dang, I'm gonna miss that money. But I really wasn't upset about it because I was just like, it was a lot. 2 hours in traffic, 2 hours back. I have, my daughter. It wasn't a great situation. Okay. So time passed on. More time passed on. I get a job. I'm working kind of as needed per diem. It's not a full-time job. I don't have many benefits. I'm only working a few hours, but it's enough for me to get by. I'm grateful. Lord, thank you. The department that I was working in was an amazing department. It was very family oriented. It was what I needed. They appreciated me. I felt loved. It more than made up for what the crazy that I had been going through. I was so grateful. Okay. So I'm in this position for a few months. And then the company decides that they're going to close the department. Now, this is like my ideal, even though it's not the most ideal, it's not what I want to say, it's not foundational, right? It's not, I can't think of the word I want to use. Yeah, well, it's not foundation. I can't lay a smooth foundation on it, right? It's not solid because it was kind of, it's per diem. So you per diem means you work when they're available, when they need you. You know what I mean? So I could have hours or I couldn't have hours. And so that's why I was kind of rocky. But again, I was grateful. I was grateful for the team. I was grateful for the leadership was amazing. The work was great. It was what I was already doing. And the pay was great, right? The pay was better. But here they go. Now they're going to close the department. So I'm like, oh my God. Okay. They're going to close the department. All right. So here come October 1st. They told us they're going to close the department. The new company that was coming on, they said to us, they said, the jobs are not guaranteed with this new company. You all have to apply for the position, and but it's no guarantee that you are going to get the position. Okay, Lord. Well, that's what we're doing. If it's meant for me to go, that's what we're doing. I'm going to be grateful for the position. One, I was grateful for the fact that, I don't know about you, but if you've heard of some companies, when they decide to close your department, they don't give you a warning. Sometimes they'll say it's Monday. They might say we're closing today. They might say by the end of today. They might say by Friday. They might say, so they gave us at least like 60 days, I think it was, that somewhere like 62 months or something like that. It was like 60 days of advance that they gave us so that so we could find another job if we want to. We could apply for this position if we wanted to. You know what I mean? Like they gave us. And so that was my thing. I stayed in gratitude for the whole situation. I was like, okay, Lord, I have no idea. I don't know what's going to happen, but thank you, Lord, for this time. Thank you, Lord, for them, for leadership thinking of us. You could tell when the manager, when the head, VP came to talk to us, it seemed like it hurt her more to have the conversation with us than it did anything. I was grateful for that. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where you can tell they didn't have any control over the situation. So I'm saying that to you to say, you can come upon these situations, and it's how are you processing that thing? Can you think about the positive in the midst of the crazy, right? Can you think about some positive? Can you find some positive in the crazy? Because when you start looking at it from that way, it decreases the stress. It decreases the anxiety. Are you going to be a little afraid? Yeah, because that's just who we are, right? It's gonna naturally, you're gonna be a little bit afraid. But do you have to stay there? Do you have to stay stuck there? Because it can consume you. Oh my God, what am I gonna do? I don't know I don't know how I'm gonna find this. I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know what's going. Anxiety, panic attack, stress, right? Again, stress is the number one killer. So no, we can't release all that cortisol in our bodies anymore. We got to do something different. Find some positive in the crazy. What can I be grateful for in this situation? Thank you, Lord. Thank you. What happened? I got the job. They wasn't offering many full-time and part-time positions. They only had one full-time position. I got a part-time position. But guess what? The part-time position was paying me what I was making when I was working full time at that job that I quit back in October. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think so. Hey, Sophia. Sophia. Hey, girl. Gratitude is the attitude we must live in. Yes, honey. Yes. Gratitude is the attitude we must live in. Hey, Ella. I see you, girl. Let me tell you something. God is so good. He is so faithful. And I promise you, once we start looking at life from a degree of, okay, what positive can I pull into the crazy? Okay, Lord, I know I'm in this situation, but I know you're leading me and you're guiding me. What else do I have to go? What I know I'm in this situation, but what else? Maybe he's shifting me because those people didn't appreciate me, right? Maybe he shifted me because God hears every conversation. You don't, right? Maybe he shifted me. Or what lesson am I supposed to take from this, right? What lesson am I supposed to take? I know as far as me and the money and the things, when I moved down here 9 years ago, I did not have a plan. I did not have a plan at all. I moved down here on assumption, oh Lord, I'll get down there and I'll find a job. I knew in January when I left my dad, when I visited him, when I knew he had those strokes, when I came to visit, in December, because I came for Christmas that year. I knew in December I was coming and I was leaving. I went back. I got to go. My dad needs me. I'm leaving. From December to March, April, or middle of April when I left, I could have planned better. I could have set up interviews. I could have planned better. I could have put some money to the side. I should have had money already put to the side, right? So what lessons can we take from all of the crazy as well? Like everything is not the devil trying to harm you. You know what I mean? Some of it is just, what lesson do I learn from the crazy? Because God doesn't want us living in lack. We can blame God all we want to, but is it God or is it our decisions that we're making, that we're doing, that's putting us in these unnecessary situations where our money is lacking? Okay, I've been in this situation, so how can I show up different now? What did I learn from that? That's it. Yes, yes, boo. Both concepts are worth reflecting on, the lessons and the blessings, honey. What lessons and what are the blessings? Because God gives us both. And it is, again, how are you looking at that thing? How are you processing it? Because a lot of us feel like we're being punished, or, we've done something and we sit and we wallow. God doesn't work like that. He is not punishing you. But he does give us free will to make those choices. He gives me free will to go hit 50 drive-thrus instead of going to the grocery store and buying food and fixing it so that it'd be cheaper and saving that money. He gives us free will. And so what are your habits and what are you doing? And just like it said, understanding that all the things that we have taken for granted. So today's lesson is, or today's practice is challenging you to go back in your mind, think about all the things in your childhood that you might have taken for granted, right? If you missed the beginning, go back and watch. Go back in your mind and look at all of the things in your childhood that you took for granted. You have a roof. Did you have a roof over your head? Did you have lights? Did you have water? Did you have a car? Did you have clothes? Were you in your right mind? Right? These little things that we take for granted is where we are in showing and seeing how gratitude shows up in our lives every day. Every night I pray, Lord, thank you for all the things that I took for granted today, because it's so subconscious that we don't even realize that we're doing it. And so that is my prayer for you, that each and every day that you get a little bit closer to who you are, to your sense of purpose, to your well-being, to your mental state to increase, because you're walking in gratitude and understanding that life is going to life regardless. It's not punishment. It's not. All right. Oh, childish gratitude has changed my life. And so, your girl is always going to share with you, honey. That's the community builder in me. That is naturally who I am. When I find out some good stuff, honey, I'm going to work it, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to bring it back to you, boo. That is what I do. That's who I am. That's who I am, baby. Look, that's just me. That is me. That's why mindfulness is so important, being present. I love you very much, Gabe. I love you back. I loves me some you, girl. I loves me some you. Thank you to all of y'all. Thank you for watching. Oh, I see my baby done joined on. Hey, boo. Like, thank you for watching. Y'all join me tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. I have a classes tomorrow morning. So I'm going to try to be on around 11 o'clock. Again, I'm working out this time frame. So know that if you don't see your girl at 11, it might be closer to 12. Some stuff might have came up. I'm working on my schedule, but look for that live button. Press the follow button so that you'll get notified when your girl goes live, until I get me a steady date going. But every day for the month of March, I will be on at some point in the day. Believe that. And so we can show up and practice these gratitude steps, Lord. All right, honey, it is your girl, Michelle D.I., because there are no coincidences in this world, only God's divine intervention in our lives. And so if you're here watching this message, that means that was for you, honey. And it might be for somebody that you know. So share the message. Don't be stingy. All right. Y'all have a good one.